Over the past several days, Iraqi forces have been building up in the Zumar region along the northwestern Iraqi border with Syria. The Iraqi central government claims that the troop deployment is intended to interdict militants and refugees coming across the border from Syria as the situation there destabilizes. Syria is certainly a factor influencing these troop movements, but this is also likely a move by Baghdad to try to hem in the Kurdistan regional government. This comes at a time when the Kurdish leadership is also facing heavy pressure from Turkey in the north over a broader Kurdish campaign to support Syria's fledgling Kurdish statelet. Iraq's Kurdish leadership is claiming that the Iraqi army is now digging trenches at the Rubaiyah border crossing with Syria and settling in the region. Tensions have been escalating over the past several days between the Kurdistan regional government and Iraqi central government, as the Iraqi prime minister has ordered Iraqi troops to reinforce Iraq's border crossings with Syria. The country's northern border crossing lies in the autonomous Kurdish region and has been controlled by Kurdish Peshmerga fighters since 1992. The Kurdish government claims that Baghdad did not coordinate this deployment, and that the Iraqi troops are facing off with the Peshmerga fighters instead of focusing on the border with Syria. The situation is reminiscent of a 2008 standoff between Iraqi forces and Peshmerga in the oil-rich territory of Khanaqin in Diyala province near the Iranian border. The basis of the conflict was the same: Baghdad trying to whittle down Kurdish autonomy, and the Kurds using their well-trained Peshmerga fighters and energy resources to undermine the writ of the Arab Central Authority. Baghdad has grown frustrated in the past several months over its ongoing energy dispute with the Kurdistan regional government, and it's likely using this troop buildup to regain leverage against the Kurds. Baghdad has tried to blacklist any firm that invests in the Kurdish north to increase Kurdish economic desperation and thus bring the Kurdish government under its authority. But the Kurds pursued an alternative outlet with Turkey to bypass Baghdad and maintain its oil exports. But the Kurdish deal with Turkey is also now coming under strain. The growing security vacuum in Syria's northeastern Kurdish region has allowed a fledgling Kurdish movement there to expand. The Kurdistan Workers' Party, which represents Turkey's biggest security threat, has jumped at the opportunity to back the Syrian Kurds. Syria and Iran also see an opportunity in using the Kurdish threat to complicate Turkey's plans to topple the al-Assad regime. All eyes are now on the Iraqi-Kurdish government to see how far it will go in backing the Syrian Kurds. The Iraqi-Kurdish leadership has admitted to providing support to the Syrian Kurds to help them prepare for a post-Assad Syria. But Iraqi-Kurdish leader Masoud Barzani also knows that such support risks attracting undesired military and economic pressure from Turkey. The Iraqi-Kurdish leadership is so far being cautious in trying to use the Syrian Kurdish issue as leverage with Turkey, while at the same time downplaying its support in order to maintain a vital economic link with Ankara. Turkey is meanwhile being very vocal about its intent to use military force in order to contain Syrian Kurdish aspirations. This is a classic dilemma for the Iraqi Kurds. Caught between more powerful neighbors and their Arab adversaries at home, the Iraqi-Kurdish government has limited options to pursue its interests. Kurdish Peshmerga can put up a good fight against Iraqi forces, but with Turkey now bearing down from the north, that may not be worth the cost. Turkey can be expected to use the pressure emanating from Baghdad to its advantage as it reminds the Iraqi Kurds of the consequences of pushing regional Kurdish ambitions for autonomy too far.